My book Steps Towards Reinventing Yourself is available now on Amazon. Check link below in description box and community board.
I don't care what it is that you're going through. I don't care what it is that you feel. Nobody should sit up here and have you out your mind, stopping your grind. Nobody should have that power over you to where you aren't thinking about what it is that you need to do for self. And I'm going to tell you something, it's easier said than done, but when you look over everything that it is that you've been through and where you are today, not only yourself, not only are you proving something to yourself, you're proving something to the people who went up against you. Ain't no stopping you. There is no stopping you. There is no holding you back. There is no holding you down. See, when people think that they could go out here and do these things, like Marlon told his son, he said, listen, you think that you can do these things. And little Nemo got out there, swam out there, and got swum up by the belly of the whale, encountered a whole lot of people from all different backgrounds, different ways of life, different ways of thinking. I say that to say, listen, when people go up against you and they think that they could sit up here and do these things towards you, they perceive you one way and find out that you're another way. You understand what I'm saying? They go up against you, perceiving you to be one way and find out that you are another way. They find out just how much of a prayer warrior you are. They find out just how favored and protected you are. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they realize there's no stopping you. All they're doing is when people think that they're going up against you, they end up stopping and causing blockages and delays in their own life. Because why? They're sitting up here trying to stop someone and prevent them from stepping into what it is that they're meant to step into. And let me tell you something, it comes along with the territory, because you're going to have people who, like I say, are evil and who are going to go up against your purpose because of the light that you stand in, the energy that you operate out of, who you believe in, and who you hold on to. Now, when they realize that after many tries, after time and time again of going up against you, see what I'm saying? Like, people will really sit back and try to figure out how you do what you do, how you keep conquering, how do you keep overcoming this? You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, don't they know that we don't like them? And then you be like, well, don't you know that I don't care? And then they be like, well, dang, God, what the hell? Didn't we just send this one and this one? Didn't we just do this, that, and the third? Why won't they just stay down? Why won't they just give up? You aren't giving up on your life because you say, you know what? If y'all trying this hard to try to prevent me from stepping into something, I want to see what y'all trying so hard to prevent me from stepping into. So you go just that much harder to fight for your life, to fight for your destiny, to fight for what you believe in. You're fighting. And in the midst of the fight, in the midst of the war, you're not giving up. And then when you overcome it, people realize ain't no stopping you. There is no stopping you. Because you're going to always overcome. You're going to always get back up. You're going to always keep pushing. Listen, it ain't nobody here, like I say. You can overcome heartbreak. You can overcome trials and tribulations. You can overcome betrayals up in your life. You can overcome whatever it is that has been plaguing your life through prayer. That is your backing. That is your foundation. I don't care what you do. I don't care how you do it. I don't care what you do in your downtime and your personal time. Your backing, your foundation is backed up by that of prayer. Your worship. You taking time out to dedicate and give thanks and praise, honor, and glory to the Most High for helping you what? Overcome. Because you realize in the midst of all that calamity, in the midst of all that hell, in the midst of all that evil, I'm trying to tell you something. You didn't have no one around you. And in the midst of you going through all that, when you look back over where your help came from, when you look back over who gave you a helping hand, who was speaking life back into you, it was no one around you. When you leave, the energy source left. When you leave, the foundation was shook. When you leave, everything else go to hell. Because at the end of the day, it was you that was keeping things together. Success is where you go. There is no L that you take that you can't bounce back from. There is no amount of failure that you can't handle and then cultivate that into success for your life. There is no L that you take that you can bounce back from. And there is no failure that you go through that you can't handle, and cultivate that and turn it into success for your life and turn it around in your favor. You are able to take whatever negative energy that's being sent to you and transmute that into positive energy for you and fuel for you. Hashtag my fire is lit. Hashtag I got my power back. We go through things. I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to talk to you. When we go through things, we can go through things that can cause us some serious damage, some PTSD. We can go through things that cause us to really be up in our head, to really have us out here be paranoid, because we didn't realize the level of narcissism and evil that we was around in family members and friends and colleagues and in lovers. We didn't realize that. And we didn't realize just how precious and sensitive we are as being gifted, being chosen, being empaths. We can feel everything, and we can hear what it is that you probably want to say that you won't say because of the energy that you're giving out, that you think you've cloaked, that you think that you're not sending out, but you are. You can, it's but for so long people can hide their true nature. It's but for so long that God is going to continue to allow evil people to plague your life. After a while, after the suffering, after everything of it, what it is that you're going through, he sit high and he look low. And there is a time and there is a period where all of that is cleared out of your life. But see, even after it's cleared, even after he grants you a new beginning, see, that of what it is that we've gone through, that don't just go away. So the reason what I'm trying to tell you is there was a reason behind the people that you encountered. There was a reason behind, why they was in your life, why, they did the things that they did. And on both sides, there was a reason why you encountered them and they encountered you. You encountered these people because it was something that you had to go through, something that you had to see, something that you had to learn that was going to make you stronger and wiser for what it is that God was preparing and setting you up for. These people encountered you to realize, listen, you got something that's wrong with you. You for sure got something that's wrong with you. There's no ifs, ands, buts about that. But now we're to the point where since you didn't know how to stop, you need to get exposed. And it's not going to be enough for the people of whom it is that you go up against to know that you messed up. A whole bunch of people going to know that you messed up. And see, one thing about an evil person, right? One thing about a conniving person. See, it does something to them. I don't know what it is. It like when their insecurities, when their shortcomings, right? When their nasty ways and habits is put on display for everyone to see, it does something to these people's minds. It does something to their ego. It does something to their spirit. It breaks them down in a way that you would have never thought that a person like that would have been broken down because of how they was trying to break you down. But they saw it's no stopping you. There's no stopping you in the midst of the lies. There's no stopping you in the midst of the betrayal. There's no stopping you in the midst of destruction, in the midst of chaos, in the midst of defeat, because you know what? You said, you know what? I'm going to release control. I'm going to surrender to change, and I'm going to allow God to make the decisions for me. And I'm going to pray that he blocks the enemy. He blocks the enemy from being able to cause destruction and wreak havoc in my life and causing delays and blockages in my life, distractions and detours in my life. There is no holding me back. There's no holding me down. There's no stopping me, because what's meant for me will be for me. This is war. You called it. God gonna finish it. Ain't no stopping you now. Hey, you're on the go. Or what it do, or what it is, what it do, or what it is, what it do. Hey, so you're gonna keep stepping. Yeah, you're gonna keep moving. Yeah, hey, you gonna keep clapping. Yeah. Hey, you gonna be happy, yeah, cause what it do or what it is, hey, ain't no stopping you now, you're on the go, moving, ain't no stopping you now, what it do or what it is, hey, I see you, ain't no stopping you. I'm trying to tell you something like Marlon, like listen, like Marlon tried to tell his son, you think that you can do these things, Nemo. But look, little Nemo he was on a mission. He was on a roll. I'm trying to tell you something. And I say that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just try to lift y'all spirits up and lift y'all up and let y'all be happy. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much that we go through in this world. I'm gonna tell you right now, we wasn't prepared for all of this. When we look back over the people that we've encountered and how we've been, we said, listen, man, we was good-hearted people. We knew who we was. Maybe at once upon a time we was ashamed of it. Maybe once upon a time we wanted to fit in, and who we was just too different. What we liked, it was just too different. So you tried to be like everybody else, but you realize you can't. You can't be like everybody else. So you embraced who you was. You embraced who you are. And at the end of the day, you just got to the point where you say, whoever meant for me gonna be for me. But one thing that you're not gonna do, if you're not for me, you're not gonna stop me. You're not gonna block me. You're not gonna hinder me. You're not gonna delay me. That's one thing that you're not gonna do. Ain't no stopping you now. What it do or what it is, you own the go. And I don't care if that's not the lyrics, because that's how it's gonna go. Ain't no stopping you now. What it do or what it is. Hey, you on the move. We moving. You gonna keep getting up. How you defeat the enemy, right? No matter what it is that they do, no matter who it is that they send your way or what they send your way, you get up. You transmute that negative energy. You get up. You pray it off. You get up. You worship. You cry it out. You go back. You be happy. You bless your home. You anoint your home. You cleanse your home. This is what I'm saying. They perceived you to be one way, but when it's time to fight this war, you called it. God gonna finish it, because I'm gonna call him to finish it. Because you need to sit down somewhere in your little timeout, in your little corner, and you need to focus on yourself. You need to get your life together. You got crazy people out here that really tried to drive you to insanity, to borderline homelessness, poverty. And one must wonder why they wanted it so bad for you. And some of these people, like I say, why you have to release them and why you have to forgive them. Because I'm going to tell you something, one thing for me, like, I used to be like, you know, before I moved and got out of Miami, it was really hard for me and painful for me to go through that level of scrutiny, of pain, of humiliation. I say humiliation because it's like I felt I was being punished for being nice. I was being punished for seeing the good in people. I was being punished for trying to hold on to friends because I said what they do is what they do. But I'm going to love them from a special place in my heart because of who they've been to me. But in realizing none of it was ever real. And for what was real, all of that, what was fake, was too much for me to bear and to handle. You know what I'm saying? And so I used to ask myself, you know, why did you keep me in Miami for so long? Why for so long? You saw me, you heard me, and you left me there. What is that? I know that all things come to those, good things come to those who wait, right? I know that I had to be patient, understand that there was some things that I had to work on. But once I got deeper into it, and once I understood what it is that he was trying to show me, a lot of the times God wants you to forgive and heal from these people who hurt you before he takes you into your new beginning, because he doesn't want what's old to go into the new. And so one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, knowing that I did no wrong for that of what was dished out to me. I'm not saying I'm a perfect person, but what was dished out to me, this is what we calling out. What was dished out to me. I'm not talking about trying to justify taking something old, creating lies and rumors here to justify your evil. I'm talking about what was dished out to me. Looking back over it, I said, I didn't give anything to these people. I didn't give nobody a reason for them to treat me like this, for them to embarrass me this way, for them to go out their way, to send people my way, to just the talks. I can only imagine the talks that was being had behind my back, what was being said behind my back. No one came to my face. People knew what was going on. People knew my suffering. I know this for fact. This I know for fact. Because when people sit up here and put plans together and have to tell people, hey, act a certain way, talks were had. And if they're having those types of talks, what else was connected to that? And what else was said? So people knew, and no one wanted to come to me and tell me. And see, that's what put me up in my head too, because I said, I knew you for a long time. If there's anybody that should have told me anything, it should have been you. But you sat back, and when this is what I'm saying, when people feel like, well, that's not my business, and I'm not going through that, and my man ain't treating me like that, you should know better. You should know this from this, that, and the third. And then they sit back and try to see if you're going to overcome it. Then you overcome it. And then that's when they got so much to say about what it is that you're trying to say or do that's positive. People, so many people around me was just crooked, was evil, and was weird. And I say that because I feel a lot of people just needed to heal. We have a lot of people that we encounter that do nasty things to us, that come, they're operating from an unhealed space in their heart. And that's just, like I say, generation to generation of people being unhealed, which caused them to be in this low vibration. When they're in that low vibration, it ain't no getting through to them. It ain't no talking no sense to them. You can be the one with the sense, and they will go out their way to ensure that people see you the one with no sense. That people see you the one being the bad person. If people see it's something wrong with you, you the joke. You the laughing stock. But when I go and I take it to God and I say, you see all these people going up against me, you see them in their evil plots, their evil plans and evil assignments and practicing unnecessary evil towards me. You see that they are relentless. You see that it's only me against all these people. And I called them out and said, what do you plan to do? Because I need help. And I can't fight this alone. I don't even understand why I'm going through it. Because I did not do anything to deserve this. When I step out of that victim mentality, I say, but you know what? Jesus went through this too. And he did it trying to help people. He did it going out his way, making it his sole mission 24/7, 7 days out of the week to try to save people, going out his way to save people, to be their friend and to heal them. So he had to work with me on a lot of things. Like, you got to forgive your parents. You got to forgive whatever it is that they said that hurt you. That unbeknownst to them, they probably don't know that it hurt you. People don't know. They just let things slip. They don't know what to say. And I feel like for me, I'll excuse it, I'll forgive it. But how do you not know what to say to a person that is already down and you see that they're down? And let me tell you something, even if you don't know what to say, it's the things that were said that shouldn't have been said. So if you don't know what to say, to speak life back into someone, you don't further add to it to make them feel bad for the mistakes that they made. And that's what I was around and having to hear that every day. You don't know what to say to speak life back into me. But the things that are coming out your mouth that you have no problem saying, that you don't think before you say, it ain't helping me in my situation. But I said, you know what? If God, you say that they don't know what to say, that they just ain't got it in them, then okay. You know, I'll. But he could tell. He could. That's why I said you can't fake it with God. You can fake it with people. You can't fake it with a God. You can't fake it with him. So it came a time where I said, okay, instead of just saying that I do, I really need to reach deep down inside of my heart and figure out what's going on with me. I need to seek a deeper meaning and a deeper understanding of it all. And it was in that moment that once I truly came back to him, I didn't say it till I felt it in my heart to hearts that I had forgiven. I went back to him. I said, I wrote everybody's name out. I wrote what they said and what they did. I called and read every letter that I wrote. And at the end, I said, I forgive you. And I release you in love, man. And on my grandma, I wish the very best for you in life. Whoever you choose to be, or whatever you choose to do, whatever your next phase and next cycle is of your life, I wish the very best for you. And in that moment, I kid you not, maybe I would say a month after that, and I prayed to him and I worshiped him and I asked for forgiveness and I told him that I've forgiven these people. Opportunities started coming back to back. I didn't know which ones to take. But for the ones that I did take and that I did settle on, it got me out of Miami. So now I tell you, I take things from my life and I put it in and I incorporate it in my messages to let y'all know that he listens, he hears, he knows, but you can't fake it with him. He wants you to be healed. He wants you to operate from a healed space. A part of the reason that you encountered these people so that whatever it is that was in you that was holding you back, keeping you back, holding you down inwardly, you will be able to call that out and see, okay, there's things about me that I need to work on. Like loving myself more, being able to be comfortable, you know, in my own skin, in my own space. But through it all, everything that I went through, no matter the damage it caused me, I'm talking about emotional damage. People did some dirty, low down, underhanded, said things out their mouth that, my God, I don't care if you didn't have the right or proper upbringing or who hurt you. What possessed you to say that to someone that you won't say to another? That's what baffled me. The things that people would try to call me out on, the things that people would throw me under the bus knowing that they tried me first. Then you reject people, they want to tell lies. Then when you back up from people, they know they ain't been right to you. They want to block you and hold you back and tell lies. Then when they see something that you have up in your life, they want to be fake to you, throw you under the bus, tell lies. And the whole time, I'm on trial for my life, for my name. And I feel like I'm losing because I ain't got the right, proper representation. But the whole time God was walking with me. The whole time that I was on trial. And then I got let off. Everyone could see, hey, ain't no stopping him. We had bribed the judge. We handpicked the jury. We gave them, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have a lawyer. They didn't have no money to get no lawyer. But they got off. They were set free. Chains were broken. Cages was open. And they were set free. Ain't no stopping you when God has already promised you a certain life that you will live. And by the powers that be, you're going to step into that. And people are going to, everyone that surrounds you are going to see that there was no stopping you. All the things that they thought would stop and block you, they don't know that we don't like them. You don't know that I don't care. You liking me ain't going to have, it's not going to save me. It's not going to bring me to salvation. It's not going to set me free. It's not going to get me in the pearly gates of heaven when the push comes to shove. It ain't going to do nothing for me. It ain't going to put no more money up in my bank account. You not liking me. But I'm going to tell you what it is. Me focusing on myself and getting every and anybody up out my life that ain't with the program. My program. I will only compromise when I see it fit. I ain't compromising with nobody that sat up here and hurt me and went out their way to hurt me. Because I'm going to tell you something. If people didn't like you, if people hated you so, they should have been fake around you trying to stay up in your life to see, dang, what's going up in your life so I could try to block that. What's going up in your life so I want that. I want that man. I want this man that you got. I want this job. I want this. How you getting all this stuff? Let me block. Let me go here and try to figure out what's going on up in your life so I try to block that too. After a while, God come through. And when he come through, he shuts it all down. When he comes through, I'm trying to tell you something. You may have felt for a while that, oh my God, where is he? He's not doing nothing. He's not listening. He's not coming through quick enough. We'll never understand why. He tells us, you're on my time. I'm not on yours. You on my time. It's about high time that you recognize that. Because I realized why I was being held back. It wasn't because of people. These people don't have no power. We give it power by listening to people who say, oh, this person is practicing this on you. This person is practicing that on you. So what? Their power, they're not bigger than God. God can dismantle, break down any kind of organization, secret group, hidden enemy, any witch, warlock, soothsayer that is going up against you. Do you understand me? I don't care what bippity-boppity-boo powder magic that people trying to work on you or thought they was doing. I don't care what voodoo, hoodoo, what you do. It couldn't work on you, and it for sure couldn't stop you. Remember, tell you something, what people should be scared of, thinking that you could do these things. Now, when you send that type of energy back out there, right, because you operating from an unhealed space that causes you to be in envy and jealousy, wanting what someone else has, doing everything that you can to bring destruction and chaos up in someone's life. This person minding their business, you going out their way to make this person's business your business instead of focusing on your own. When you put that type of energy back, when you put that energy out there, you don't think that come back to you? I don't think people thought through the situation, because for years they thought, oh, I was getting away with it. For years, whatever people was trying to do to you, knowing you was special, knowing you a child of God. You can't be a child of God sitting up here drinking, wearing this and doing this. Let me tell you something. You don't have the power. You don't have the authority. And a lot of the things that we go through, like I said, we can take certain stories from the Bible, but this one I'm telling you about inspiration and motivation. We can back things up of what it is that we go through and back certain messages that comes to us and is given to us through scripture. But let me tell you something, outside of the scripture, outside of the word, outside of the Bible, what we go through in life, a lot of the things that we do that we pray for, a lot of that is life experiences, right? When we go through life experiences and we're able to overcome these life experiences because we are praying, because we are believing, a lot of it is our belief system. A lot of it is getting this right and getting this right. That's where the power lies, right? Because this is why people try to attack you, to keep you in this negative low vibration, because when you're in this negative low vibration, people can have their way with you. It's so easy for evil to seep through in your life and cause you to do certain things that you know you have no business doing, that you don't have control over. But let me tell you something, you do have control if you seek to change certain things in ways about what? Yourself. How can you do that if you're so busy being stuck, being set, and thinking one particular way is the way to go about doing things? And I for the life of me, I can't seem to fathom why us as chosen ones do we go through this, right? People can see it on us. Energy don't lie. I have an old soul. I've had people who don't even know me call me out on that in a joking way. And then some come up and just tell me serious, like, you got an old soul. They don't know me, but they call me out on that. Energy don't lie. You know who you feel safe around, who you don't. You know when certain things drop up in your spirit and you're like, where did this come from? You didn't ask for that, but it dropped in your spirit. That's why I say, no matter how you try to fit, you can't fit in. No matter if you try to sit up here and act like you don't know, you can't play dumbfounded when things are being revealed to you. You have to act on it at that point. When people do certain things to you, you have to leave them to God, because they was trying to leave you down in the dumps. They really was. Made them do that. Nobody made them go out and seek your destruction and seek your demise. And when you fell down and you got in that moment, no one could speak life back into you, but yet they was trying to kick you when you was already down. But ain't no stopping you. You on the go, you on the roll. Nobody could stop little Nemo. His own daddy couldn't. You think that you can do these things, but you just can't. Oh, but we just can. And we will. I tell y'all, no matter what it is that you go through, I tell y'all, lift your head up and don't let nobody see you sweat. I know, you know what it is. You know what you just had to do. You had to go right back to payday loan and sit up here and do that. I get that. You had to take your baby up out of the daycare, out of the one that they had made friends, and you didn't want to do that. But you had to do what you had to do. But let me tell you something that I say, after the struggle, after the pain, weeping endureth for the night, but joy cometh in the morning. Let me tell you something. I don't care who you are, where you are, what background, what walk of life. I don't care where you are in the world. If you don't listen, you don't take my word, nobody else's word. Let me tell you something. Shall overcome. You have the power to overcome. Do you hear me what I'm saying? This is real life. This ain't no joke. This ain't no gimmick. Okay? I'm telling you something real. You talking to somebody, I done had people. It took everything in me, man, to try to get up knowing that my foundation was gone. That took strength to have to get up and go from making this type of money to making 15, 17, 18. But I was thankful through it all. That's what got me through. I'm trying to tell you something, like, it didn't come right away. It didn't come right away. You got a lot of people who are not patient. You got a lot of people who are not dutiful. You got a lot of people who don't want to be consistent in the struggle. There is strength in the struggle, because struggle is part of his will for you. That's what you don't understand. It makes you strong. It's something up in there when you in that fire, when you knee deep up in that struggle, knee deep up in that pain. It does something to you, because nothing will ever be the same. You are not the same. Your life will not be the same. People of whom you choose to join up with, it will not be the same. God will bless you for what you've been through, but who tried to block you and stop you and couldn't. Because there is no justification. There is no reason for why people didn't want it to be you. Didn't want it to be you because it's not them. They want it to be you because of what you have and they don't. Don't want it to be you because they messed up in their mind and messed up in their spirit. There's no justification. But I'm going to tell you what the solution is. People need to heal. People need to go speak to someone, go talk to someone, go take it up with their mommy, with their daddy, whatever issues they got going on, and they need to heal. And if they ain't got that, they need to go ahead and in whatever religion and whatever belief that they have, they need to ground themselves and they need to heal. Because there's no reason to go out there and do the things that you do because you want to stop and block someone because it ain't you, because of what they gonna have, and you don't have what they slated to have and step into, and you never did. You should be happy for a person. You should be happy and stand behind and back that person. I don't know what's wrong, but the solution, people need to heal because they couldn't stop you. You invest money, you invest energy, misplaced hate, all this to try to go up against someone who was chosen, who was slated to have this. I guess you didn't believe in God, and I guess you did not think that he could do and turn and do the unthinkable, do the unimaginable, do the impossible, which is to turn everything around that had crashed and burned in your life and raise you up from the ashes and bless you to have a new beginning. I'm trying to tell you something. It didn't happen when you wanted it to happen, but when it happened, it hadn't came through God's speed. And they will pay for whatever it is that they worked up in your life that had delayed you for all this time. I try to tell you, go back to my message where I said, God is enabling you to win after years of being crippled by evil and evil people, even evil doings, evil assignments. There was definitely a great lesson to be learned behind that. I tell you, if it's good curricula, it's good curricula. And if it's bad curricula, it's all working in your favor because you learn something from it. There is no L that you take that you can't bounce back from. There is no failure that you experience that you can't cultivate into success for your life. Ain't no stopping you now. Ain't no stopping. You're on the move. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 3, what it say? God, your God, will restore everything you lost. He'll have compassion on you. He'll come back and pick up the pieces from all the places where you were scattered. That came to me in the midst of my worship. I'm going to read it again. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 3. God, your God, will restore everything you lost. Everything you lost. Everything you lost it for a reason. Let them land where he land. Let them stand where they stand. But let me tell you something. Wherever they land, they're going to stand on it. Please believe that. Whatever it is that you lost, God had to clear that job out your way to make way for this business, to make way for this empire. Whatever it is that you lost, God had to sit up here, and in the midst of you being broke, in the midst of you going through that poverty, let me tell you something, there was strength in the midst of the struggle. You learned something getting on the bus. You learned something getting it out the mud. You learned something being in the lowest moment, in the lowest point of your life. You learned something having to get it on your own, taking care of your babies on your own, getting it how you live on your own, having to take your babies with you to work. Boy, people don't know that struggle. I done talk to people having to take your babies with you and you working the overnight shift. Let me tell you something. If you getting paid, you getting it all back, double, triple. It's coming all through for you. It's coming through all. It's coming all around together, and it's working out for you because in the midst of the struggle, you held on to God's unchanging hand. And not only did you do that, because so many people keep trying to come for me when I ain't sending for you. This is real life out here. You don't like what I'm saying, you don't have to watch me. But for my A1 day ones, you already know what time it is. You know how long we had to go through all that, being broke, being impoverished, looking bad, looking bummy. Now we don't care. See, it breaks down that old mindset. It breaks down that old belief system because now you knee deep up in some troubled waters. And you got to pray to God to bring you to calmer waters. You in troubled waters. You ain't got time to be worrying about who's standing with you, who like you, who ain't never wanted you to do this, baby, you in troubled waters. Bills got to be paid. What you finna do? What you finna do? Ain't no money. You got to go out there and get that money. There was so much that you could have done. You could have turned to booze. You could have turned on that narcotic. You could have turned to so much. You could have gone out there and been hurting people, turned into the people who hurt you. You could have turned into like them family members who want to gossip and do all this kind of stuff. You could have took many different routes. You could have turned into these friends who went up against you, baby. They messed up. Somewhere along the line, somebody messed up their self-esteem real bad. To the point where they don't even have a sense of self. They don't even know how to go about getting their own. I'm trying to tell you something. You could have turned into the very same people, the very people who went up against you, but no. If you're watching me, you didn't do it. If you're watching me, you didn't do it. And that alone is what saved you. That alone is why God is bringing these blessings and performing miracles in your life. That alone, because how you chose to handle those struggles, how you chose to handle what was plaguing your life, how you chose to handle what wanted you set back. You don't even understand that type of pain and that type of hurt, baby. We still crying about that still to this day, but we healed. Those are tears of joy, of overcoming. Looking back over what it is that we've been through, we said, man, listen, I ain't never been that type of nasty. You talking to somebody who, what? I remember growing up, my favorite cartoon was Scooby-Doo. It still is. I remember when I came out of foster care, there was a family psychiatrist that had to come through and everything like that and talk to us and all that kind of stuff. And I never told my mom how messed up I was, right? And then she never knew just what happened. You know what I'm saying? I just said, I suffered. This is before I knew what a chosen one was, and when you're chosen and when you're picked, you're gonna go through suffering. God has his mark on you. You're in this world, but you're not of it. I didn't understand. I just said, you know what, I'm different. I must be this, I must be that. You know, that's why people don't like me. That's why they joke me about what I had. I don't know why I'm around these people who want to joke me, who feels that that's becoming. But I never told my mom. I was just so happy to be back around my family. God will use every situation that you've been in. I'm going to keep talking about if I ain't backing some up with a scripture, don't do that. This is real life. This is real life. God will take what you've been through and he will get you to a point up in your life where he tells you speak on it. He will get you to a point in your life where he heals you, where you are enabled and backed by his strength. And you ain't got no problem about who knows your shortcomings and your shortfalls in life. So many people want to hide behind it. All my skeletons out. The majority of them are out. People done spoke about me, called me all kind of names, lies, hoe, shown, you know what I'm saying? What else? She lame, she returned, don't know how this, don't have this, why you so different? Why you got the old soul, why you this, grandma, all kind of stuff. But if I give it all up to have my grandma with me to this day, I'll give it all up. I'll give it all up for her. I couldn't bring myself. That was one of the hardest moments in my life. Like, you gonna make me forgive them. You know what they did to me. You know I ain't asked for that. You see I was on trial. No one believed me. I'm telling the truth. Nobody believed me. It's at this point, it's he say, she say. So I can't say nothing. I'm just gonna take it. Nobody gonna believe me anyway. What did I do to deserve to have a whole group of people sit around and knew that they was plotting on me and no one said nothing? They just laughed about how far it went. Then when I tried to befriend people, they didn't want to befriend me. But then everybody want to come back when you clean yourself up and be like, oh, this, that, and the third. I didn't know what I was a part of. I didn't know why it was happening to me. But when I got to a point where he had healed me, I see now what he was doing. He was using everything. He will use you, what you've been through, what you've lost. He will heal you, show compassion for you, and lift you up when everyone thought that they had broke you down to the point of no return. And that's when they can see in that moment right there, ain't no stopping you. My God, ain't no stopping you. We tried everything. We tried to break your heart. We tried to cause you to fall ill, sick. We tried to have you broke out your mind. My God, ain't no stopping you, yo. Ain't no stopping you. Poverty can't stop you. Alienation can't stop you. Betrayal can't stop you. Friendless, penniless, brokeless, homeless, it can't stop you. Who are you, God's child? But I lift my hands up. And I'm going to wait on you, because that's what I was doing. I said, no, I put too much good out, man. I put way too much good out. So whatever come my way, I'm going to work it. I'm going to work it. I'm going to work it. I'm going to live, because I'm not about to die. It's not my time. It's not my time. But it's going to be these people's time who keep trying to go up against you, though. It's crazy the lengths people will go when they are desperate. And whoever that's for, I don't know, whoever that's for. Whatever people did to you because they was desperate, let me tell you something, they paying the cost for it now, because see, in desperation, you was desperate. You didn't sit up here and do the things that people did to you. There were times that you felt before you even healed and became who you are today. Whatever it is that you felt, you never took it upon yourself to take what someone else had, throw someone under the bus to get it, tell lies on people, spread rumors, ruin someone, their name, their reputation, their character, their very life. You never sought this out for people. And when you was knee deep up in what you was going through, you was desperate. Desperate times call for desperate measures, but you leaned on God. You leaned on the Most High. And he showed you favor. He showed you compassion. And what he did, he lifted you back up and picked up all the pieces from what it is where you were scattered. He picked all the pieces up from all the places of which you were scattered. They tried to break you. They wanted you down. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about that. You went round family. They were joking you. You always had to be the joke. They was having hidden conversations about you around other people. Other people were spreading around other people. That whacked through the grapevine about how people really don't vibe with you. So when people feel like you rolling alone, when people feel like you really ain't got nobody, when people feel like everybody done turned against you, looking down on you, you just don't fit in. No, I was never meant to fit in, sir, ma'am. But I'm going to tell you how I'm going to make it work for me, though. Because, see, I found joy and peace in solitude. I found love and compassion for myself in isolation, which led to my elevation, which helped me transform into a better version of myself. And it's then and only then I was able to step into everything of what it is that God had for me. There is no power, there is no force, there is no evil that is bigger and greater than that of God. So when he wants something for you, there is no stopping you from getting it. There is no stopping you from stepping into it. There is no holding you back. Eventually, enough is enough. No more shall the evil plague your life. No more shall these people use resources for evil. No more shall they continue to go up against you and put you down when you ain't worried about people. Shut up. Mind your business. Get yourself right and heal. Because that's what the problem is. Stop trying to dance around the bush and cut right through it. But you won't do it. People won't do it. They can't bring themselves to face themselves about how far they took things just to go up against you and take what it is that was yours. And then play fake. I love you. You're my friend. You're my family. We all we got. Oh no, I'm not trying to say that. We work together every day. Why would I say that? Oh, baby, I love you. Baby, I got you. Baby, I support you. We locked in. Once we locked in, ain't no switching up. But they switched. They switched. And then there was a glitch and a hiccup in their plans. Because you overcame it all. Because ain't no stopping you. So you continue to hold your head up high. Never let nobody see you sweat, and understand that if you need a friend, you got it in me. If you need love, you got it in me. If you need inspiration, motivation, a life example, you already know you got it in me. I'm your sister. I'm your friend. Y'all, you already know. I come with that real, never that fake. I keep it 100. I keep it a buck with you. I've been seeing people use that, but it's okay. Keep the A. Do you. Ain't no hate. Ain't no hate. I ain't mad. You already know I come with that real, never that fake. I keep it 100. I keep it a buck with you, okay? I'm that shoulder that you can lean on. I'm that listening ear, okay? I love you. Reach one, teach one, continue to bring others to the JC gang. We ride together, we slide together. JC gang for life. And that's on Mary How to Do the Lamb, 𝗙𝐻𝑖cie 𝗽𝗍𝒏. Play with it, but don't play with me. And until next time, y'all stay prayed up and be blessed. I love y'all.